The H crew are about to find out more about opentenders.com, which is an interesting idea where entrepreneurs' lives are made a whole lot easier and they can track down tender and business opportunities. I'm with Mnive Nhlabati, COO of opentenders.com. Now, in a nutshell, describe it to us.
Okay, first of all, thanks for having me here.
Pleasure.
Open Tenders, at the heart of it, is a business social network. We aim to do two very simple things, to connect entrepreneurs with opportunities and to connect entrepreneurs to each other. It sits on 4 legs, so there's 4 parts of Open Tenders. The first is the online tenders that we post. We post on average 1,000 a week.
Wow.
So users can subscribe completely for free. And we've got them categorized in 50 different categories, everything from agriculture all the way down to waste management. So they can subscribe, they get free email notifications for the ones they're particularly interested in, but we don't limit the users to search through all the opportunities. The second part is the social network. So entrepreneurs can create their profiles on Open Tenders, indicate what they do, what business they're in. They can upload logos, video, multimedia content. I mean, we've got a lady in catering who one day uploaded from events. She started live posting onto Open Tenders pictures of what she was catering for a client. So that's the second part. Then they can actually, what we're trying to do is get them to subcontract to each other. So somebody in catering could then befriend somebody in Open Tenders in construction and ask them, look, who's doing your catering for events or for your year-end function? And that's how we got this ball rolling, because what we realized is that small businesses still go for corporate work and they still go for tenders only, but don't realize they are a market amongst themselves. The third part is that we do business seminars, training events as well on Open Tenders. We also, part 4 is we facilitate project finance. What we noticed with SMEs is that they get these opportunities, whether private or public opportunities, and for example, it's a R1 million tender, you need 700,000 to deliver. A lot of them aren't from money. Lots of SMEs don't have trust funds, access to conventional finance, so we added that. We facilitate between 70,000 to 2.5 million per project. So we then fund the business owner for him to deliver and then get paid.
Heavens, Mnive, I feel like one question and you've just summed it up all for us. I don't think we need to continue with this interview. But tell me, I mean, this has definitely changed the game up with tenders as we knew it back in the day. Why has technology been such a great enabler, and how has it just simplified life?
Centralizing information is, I mean, when we started, back then we had to drive around to find out what tenders were in different places. I've noticed government has 650 different entities. There are 270 odd municipalities. There's national departments, there's provincial departments, and there's state-owned companies, the likes of your Escoms, your Prasas, and your Transnets. So it's hard to keep abreast with everything. If you look through a newspaper, there's only probably sometimes 4 pages dedicated. And if you can imagine, we're posting over 1,000 opportunities. There's quite a lot of work out there. The other part is that public sector companies and departments only tender at a certain threshold. So you find national government departments only tender from $500,000 upwards. So if you see something in the newspaper, most likely it's more than $500,000. There's a mountain of work under that, which is just basically 3 quotations of the lowest quote. They call them RFQs, and then the lowest quote wins. So we post those as well. So we've gone beyond just posting tenders. And the next phase for us is also trying to get the private sector on board as well.
Well, Mnive, I have to say that you give the term "love me tender" a whole new meaning.
First time I've heard that. Thanks.
Now I'm in the hot seat with Sivu Makungo, who is the CEO of Open Tenders. So how does one monitor the success rate and progress of these tenders online?
One of the reasons why we set this up was to make the tender process in the country as transparent as possible. You will know one of the most spoken about corruption issues in the country. It relates to tendering processes. And so we said, what if we set up a company that everybody can know where the tenders are, who has been awarded the tenders, which tenders are closed. And so that's what we do. So when you go on the Open Tenders platform, you can see how many tenders have been out there throughout the year. You can then see as well which tenders were awarded and to whom they were awarded to. And you can also see which tenders were closed. So we have a staff complement that scours the entire government divisions and puts all of that information on the platform. And that's how we do it.
Well, CV, you definitely seem to be cooling down the hot tender topic.
We certainly are. We certainly are. That's what we aim to do. For a small, medium enterprise, especially a black enterprise, for them, government procurement is key. It is a stepping stone. It's the necessary to the big corporates. So unless we are able to make sure that they are able to participate in this procurement on an equal footing, we will not going to be able to get this country going in terms of growing small and medium enterprises. Well,
here's to not playing hot potato with hot tenders anymore. Madoda Kuzwayo is the chairman of OpenTenders.com. Now, essentially this is a business by an entrepreneur for entrepreneurs. So minding your own business one day and this idea pops into your head.
Yes, pretty much, actually.
Why and how?
It's out of frustration, actually. I mean, if you're a technology entrepreneur, you're always looking for solutions. Nowadays, it's about using technology to solve problems, real problems that exist in the marketplace. So after running a business for about 9 years or so, I thought to myself, no, there must be a better way of actually doing tenders. I mean, if you look at government alone, spends about 500 billion a year procuring services. Now, that's over about 700 entities or so. And if you're a startup or you're a small business trying to do business with government, you often have to run around from office to office, and I thought to myself, I mean, technology allows us to do these things these days, so why not build a platform that solves these problems, basically?
Now, while we're here talking about the actual platform, what did it take to piece it all together from idea to finish? Timing, funding, process.
And a lot of sleepless nights. So basically, it's a process. I mean, if you look at the process for starting a technology business, you know, from an idea, you need to build a prototype. From a prototype, you show it to about 10 people, show it to 100 people, get some feedback, and you go back, and then you rework on that. And once it's complete, then you go to the funders and say, hey, this is what I have. So the whole process for us, it took about 8 months. So I worked on it for about 8 months, but the nice thing that we did is that we were not new in business per se. So we had various organizations that we could work with to actually trial the platform before going live or launching it publicly. So we worked on that, and I mean, an organization that's got about 10,000 members that they put on the platform, and we got some feedback on that. And within that 8 months, then we reworked. Actually, by the time we launched, we were actually on our 3rd version of the platform.
Wow. So in fact, 3 versions before even going live. That's quite a task.
It's a lot of work.
How unique is this idea in the world, and what are growth plans for Africa?
Yes, I mean, our next step now is actually taking it across Africa. We already started loading opportunities across Africa, Angola, Kenya, Rwanda, Mauritius. The plan is that over the next year, we should really be having procurement opportunities across Africa, and we'll then look at the world, because as far as we know, there is nothing like this in the world. If I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm trying to sell my business, it's not really the target market that I want. I felt there was a space for another platform that connect entrepreneurs to procurement opportunities. So that's what we've created.
Well, Madoda, this seriously sounds like a force of world domination to be reckoned with. Now, from tender tips to tech tips, let's check in with the Hypertext Africa team.